Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Manuel Godoy from Black Sands, and tonight is a very exciting night, right? Because we're doing an investor meeting. What? What? We're actually doing an investor meeting? You got to be kidding me. First of all, thank you guys so much for being here, for real. This is exciting time. This is an exciting time. We're close to our investment round. You know, we're close to it right now, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I am pretty excited. I really am. I mean, this is easily one of the best things that's going to be happening this next month, right? Investing in Black Sands, publishing the comics. I mean, the comic app. Think about it, man. Like, we've done a lot of damage. We've done a lot of damage since we launched this app. Like, way better than what we expected, right? Because if you were an investor in our previous round, you know we weren't supposed to perform as good as we did. We were just supposed to make an app that was going to be great for Black creators, but we weren't supposed to free top 30 apps in the world, right? We weren't supposed to pull that off, right? So we've definitely been overperforming, and now it's time to get it in, right? We're going to actually start revealing the details of our next investment round, all right? So first of all, just let you know, I got a new haircut. So obviously big things are happening, right? Because, you know, if I get a haircut, it means the world's about to end, right? We definitely got some big things. We just had an article in Publishers Weekly. They were talking about us. And now we're going to be going through our deck. So if you guys don't know, the next investment round is going to be BSP Comics. We're giving up 20% of our company, our app, to you guys. So you guys are going to buy 20% of our app, period. You're going to own that. You're going to own 20%. So if one of those big dogs come later on, like Webtoons or Tapas, and they say, hey, we want to buy your company for $500 million, right? You guys are looking at a payout of maybe $60 to $80 million because of a stock that you bought today at a $15 million valuation. So think about that. Think about that. As you're doing this investment round, remember, people are being bought out in this industry like crazy right now. Webtoons just bought out Wattpad for $500 million. Kakao bought Tapas for $500 million. Kakao also bought out some other platform for like $200 million. So they're buying platforms out left and right. We're in we got the momentum behind us. We could look at an acquisition within 2 to 3 years that are going to be north of hundreds of millions of dollars. So let's get that bread. Let's get that bread together. Let's start it off. First of all, the platform that we're going to be using for our investment round, all right? And I'm going to go pull these things up so you guys can see it. WeFunder.com. All right, WeFunder.com. That is going to be the location of our investment place. We're going to be investing at WeFunder.com. Do you see it? That's how it's spelled. WeFunder.com. This is where you're going to be investing. This is where our platform will be built. All right. I expect the investment round to begin within 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, 3 to 4 weeks. And just to let you know, hold all your questions until the end. All right. I'm also going to allow you to ask questions on particular slides as we go through the deck, because I have my deck with me. It's not the full deck. It's about 90% of what the deck is going to look like. All right. But it's not the full, like, final deck that we're building for our investment round. So questions like what's the share price and all the other stuff, that'll be that'll be answered at the end of the video. Okay. And I'm going to be answering all types of questions at the end. So let's see here. First of all, let's bring up this deck, right? Let's bring up the deck. All right, so we're here. We're here with Black Sands. And first of all, this is just a placeholder. We will have more modern art for our app, right? We're going to have a lot of modern art from what actually is coming out now. But let's just start off right here. The problem and the opportunity. So authentic Black representation has been lacking in the comic industry for years. Content creators with bold, unapologetic stories always receive rejections whenever they wanted to tell stories about African cultures, fantasy, or sci-fi. Because of the long absence of this core content for Black and brown consumers, demand is at an all-time high, and BSP Comics has taken up the space to deliver this high-quality content directly to consumers. Which consumers? You guys. So let's keep talking. Let's go, right? So what is the value proposition? What is this? What are we investing in? Seriously, what is this? All right. So first of all, our solution is very clear. We want to scale a distribution platform, BSP Comics, right? That is a highly niche audience to reach a specific audience and dominate the market share. So nobody right now is taking up the market share for Black comic books and Black educational content for teenagers and middle school age students. All right, this is a huge gap that's missing in the industry. We can take up that entire space because no one has taken it. We can take up that entire space and dominate it before anybody else can move in. How we're going to do that? Well, we're going to gather talented creators and titles that are popular in the community while also employing influencers on social media. And then expertise. What is the expertise behind all this? Well, Black Sands is the most popular comic series in the Black community, and it thrives the scaling of the app. The app is also being developed and maintained by Majestic, a top-tier development studio. And I guess this is a good time to explain what the heck Majestic is. Well, Majestic is an app development studio that has been building top Fortune 500 apps for years, probably about 7 years now. They've been building apps for big ass companies. And one of their biggest companies that they have built from the beginning till now is AudioMac. They're the creators of AudioMac, the app. The app has freaking 12 million users worldwide. It has a daily freaking user base of about 300 to 400,000 people a day are using that app. That's the people that's in charge of the Black Sands Publishing app and scaling it and building it. So you know that we are not going to have any technical issues when it comes to scaling. Now, what are we going to do with the money? Well, I'm going to tell you the breakdown. We didn't do a full breakdown on how we're going to use the money, but this is how it's going to work. We're going to have $1 million in straight raw advertising power, okay? This is advertising power. We're going to spend $1 million on that. We're going to spend $500,000 on acquisitions and development. So this is titles, new titles, acquiring titles, licensing, all the things to get more content for the app. And then we're going to spend probably another $1 million on wages of key employees that are going to help us scale, that is going to help us be a successful business in this space and actually start making real money, right? You got to have experts in these spaces, which means you got to pay them the fees that they probably would have got if they worked at Amazon or if they worked at freaking Penguin Random House. You got to pay them that money. Otherwise, they ain't going to work for you. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to be doing. So the 3 core things that we're damn sure going to be hiring for on day 1 is editor-in-chief. Editor-in-chief has to happen. We're going to steal one of these editors-in-chiefs from the main industry, and we're going to get them into Black Sands. And we're going to make sure that we have some of the best titles in the world, because we know what we're doing. So what is the editor-in-chief's job? Basically, it's going to scale our distribution platform, BSP Comics. Let's see. Actually, these aren't updated. So these aren't updated, but I'm going to give you the information about them anyway. So our editor-in-chief's job is to go through every single series, right? Every single series that we have on the app. And basically, they're going to make sure that you make the best content possible. All right. So if you're a creator that's working with us, the editor-in-chief is going to go through your titles, make sure you're not doing any grammatical errors, making sure that you're uploading directly to the app correctly, making sure that you have the right talent. Let's say you need an artist, or your artist came away, or you need a cover. They're going to be handling all that because, you know, I'm one man. I can't do everything anymore. Right. Nowadays, I can't handle all the capacity. So I need people who can do my job better than me, hopefully, right? Or at least as good as I am. So editor-in-chief's They're basically like a clone Black Sands. They're Manuel Godoy and another human being that's going to help you, if you're a comic book creator, scale and get bigger and do better products. That's what the editor-in-chief's job is. They're the point man for everything. Then you have public relations. Public relations. We're going to have our own in-house public relations because we need somebody working 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week, pushing the story of Black Sands, pushing the story about this incredible app and this incredible community of Black and brown people who came together with millions of dollars to build this amazing platform. Like, this is a story. This is a story that we can push nationally every day of the week. And we need to. We need to be in every fucking newspaper. We need to be on every TV station. We need to be on every radio station out there in America that's part of Black community. We need to be dominating that. And that means we need to have a high-level public relations manager that works exclusively for Black Sands. Not part-time, not a studio, but an exclusive representative of Black Sands Entertainment. All right? Next, our influencer manager. The influencer manager is very important. Why? Because advertising dollars is not the most effective way to grow. All right. You can spend $100,000 on Facebook ads, right? And you'll get 50,000 users. However, one TikTok influencer or Instagram influencer who happens to go hyper viral on a certain specific ad, maybe they were doing an ad for you and it went hyper viral and it got 100 million views or 50 million views or 10 million views. You might get that 50,000 freaking users from a $3,000 placement. You know what I mean? You might get from a 3,000 and they still got a couple of more placements to do that month. And you already got way more than you ever paid for because you got lucky. You got lucky and the algorithm God said, this is going to be a very engaging post. So influencers is the key to growing efficiently. Ads is the key to growing consistently, right? You run an ad, you grow consistently. You run influencers, you grow efficiently. You spend a lot less money to grow if you're using influencers. So we need a manager for that. We need somebody who's night and day. That's all they do is find influencers, manage influencers, negotiate with them, and set objectives for our company. This is how we make our billion-dollar enterprise. Do you understand? You ain't playing games. You're not dealing with a regular comic book guy. I'm telling you guys right now, you guys out there, you're not dealing with a regular comic book guy. I am not that dude. I'm not some guy who makes beautiful pictures on a comic book and then I go, oh, I hope I get a Netflix deal. I'm about to make Netflix, okay? And I got a serious game plan. I am not playing this game to get a deal and oh, yay, I made it. I'm gonna buy a house one day. Hell no. I'm trying to wreck the entire system. And that means that I have to have certain measurables, and we're gonna get that together. All right. Now let's go on to our next slide. All right, so our next slide, let's go and pull this up for you guys. Boom, right? How do we make money? How do we make money on this app, right? How does the app make money? Well, there's two ways the app is going to make money. So for our public-facing model, this is the one that you're using right now, the BSP app that you're using right now. Advertising is the core way we're going to make money for the BSP Comics app. For the public. All right. So that means that you're going to have opt-in ads eventually on the app where you can go and watch them and get currency, your call, right? It's just extra currency. It's not the only thing that's going to stop you from doing this, but you get a lot more, progress if you opt in. This is a very effective business model for free-to-play video games like RPGs. They opt in if you want like some extra currency. You opt in to watch a 30-second ad and then you get that currency. And these companies make hundreds of millions of dollars doing that crap, right? So this is going to be our business model. We're advertising, free-to-play advertising platform. That's our thing. Additionally, for our school systems, we're going to have a completely different build for schools. So you might be very excited about this, especially if you have kids. If you have teenage kids or middle school kids, you're super excited about this part. So after our next investment round, we're going to build a version 2 of our app. It's going to be an education-facing build, which will run off of licensing to schools and libraries across the nation at a low fee per semester per student. This has huge potential. Now, let me explain what kind of huge potential it is. We're going to charge every library $4.99 to $9.99. We haven't locked down the price yet, but $4.99 to $9.99 per student per semester who downloads the app and then puts their library code in. They don't have to have a computer in front of them. They don't have to do any of that stuff. They just use the QR code that we supply them at their school, and they say, oh, I want to read that comic book. When they log in, they use that library code, boom, we charge the school. Now, the cool thing about this is it doesn't cost them any money to get it started. A library can just opt in, right? Put the QR code with a poster of Black Sands and forget it. But if the kids go up and use that QR code, the school gets charged, and then the school goes, well, that's great because most of these Black kids aren't reading that much content in the first place. Now we have a reluctant reader who's reading consistently. So this is a great $5 to spend. And all of a sudden it becomes a massive licensing play. This is where I think the biggest amount of money is going to be coming in, licensing. And since we have a partner in PGW, which is Publishers Group West, which sells to the industry, they already have the network to sell to everybody in the United States. They already have the network. They already committed to me that they're going to sell my app to libraries. They already did. They already said it. So that's a hard commitment I have from my distribution channel that they're going to be selling. They're going to have their 84 sales reps. They have 84 sales reps in the United States, all across the nation. They're going to be selling this app to schools, libraries, and other institutions all over the nation. So let's get this bread. You got me? Does any money go back to the schools? I'm sure we'll have a whole bunch of free events. I doubt it because, you know, money doesn't go back to schools when they buy books from Scholastics. You know what I mean? Now, Scholastics does a lot of school events. Scholastics does a lot of school charities and stuff like that, but they don't literally give them a part of that sale. That sale is coming from the school to Scholastics to buy their books. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that works. Let's see what else. So our go-to-market strategy. So first, we're going to convert collective social media followings to the Black Sands Comics app. So that means that my social media followers, other people's social media followers, creators, users, investors, all these people, let's push as many people as we can organically to the app. We should be talking about this all the time. We should be using our referrals all the time, right? Because we need to keep winning. Conversions. We want to cultivate a buying mentality in supporters from a cultural perspective. So if you noticed, Black Sands fans are very different from fans of, let's say, Saturday AM, right? So let's just say, you know, I got nothing against Saturday AM or anybody else. I'm simply saying my fans are very different from their fans because this year we're about to do $1.5 million in sales, right? Because the fans are not just sitting hitting a like button. They're not just commenting. They're buying hundreds of dollars of inventory in order to give to their kids, in order to give to themselves, in order to be collectors, in order to invest. Everybody who's a fan of Black Sands is putting serious money into Black Sands because we train them. We train them to support, right? We have hyper fans. And because of that, they get all these cool features. Is why we can build apps that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And why we're scaling. So we got to understand that this is a process. We're constantly educating you guys on the market, how it works, how I try to crush your hopes as much as possible when it comes to Netflix deals or HBO or Marvel. I always try to tell you guys all the time. I keep messaging you guys, to hell with that deal. Why I'm doing that is because I don't want anybody to get complacent. I want everybody to remember the only way this happens is if we all are taking action every time, right? We take action. And then finally, our last step in this, in the go-to-market strategy, is rival. We need to compete with Webtoons and to pass on the big stage. That means we got to get at least 1 million users first. That's the first goal. But after that, we start rivaling directly Webtoons and to pass. If they go to a comic convention, we go to that comic convention. If they get a freaking 20 by 20 booth, we get a 20 by 20 booth and stand right next to them motherfuckers. Why? Because we got to show them that we're here about business. And if they want us to go away, they better cut a check. They better cut a check if they want us to go away. If they want us to start being their ally, they better pay a couple $100 million to get us to be an ally. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's cheaper to keep her, right? Isn't that what they say? It's cheaper to keep her. When you start seeing Black Sands every time you show up, Black Sands is there with like an army of black people lined up around the corner, and you're like, damn, all these people are always around Black Sands, and they always around us. They're gonna start seeing that pressure. They're gonna feel that pressure, like, yo, what is going on? Are they as big as us? They might not even care about the numbers. They just care about the fact that you're just, from everywhere they go, you're as big as them, and it might be threatening to the point where they want to cut a deal. You know what I mean? I tell you, man, we're built different here. Me and Giselle are built different. Me and Giselle. And we are not taking any compromises. We are very business oriented. We don't do stuff for clout. Every single thing we've done for the last 6 years has been 100% calculated. It has never been about clout. I never did anything for clout. I did it for numbers. We got to hit the next milestone. You know what I'm saying? So this is why when I say we go to the conventions to compete with them, it's for a reason. It's not for clout. We're trying to put pressure on them. We want them to buy us out. So let's talk about our competitors for real. So first of all, Comixology. So we did our research. Their strength is they're industry connected. So a lot of industry titles are on Comixology. So, but they focus so much on that they leave indie creators in the dust. So even if you're a white indie creator, you don't like Comixology. You're like, Comixology, all they care about is Batman, right? So that's their strength. Their strength is industry titles. Webtoons has a massive catalog of content. So their catalog is absurd. They got the biggest catalog out of every other platform by far. But their weakness is they have no curation, which means there could be trash stories on Webtoons all the time. And the algorithm bias hurts minority creators. So it's a clear problem. If you've ever been a creator, a comic book creator, and you put your stuff on Webtoons, you'll realize that you have to bring every single subscriber yourself to the platform. You ain't getting no help from Webtoons. Webtoons barely ever features new titles unless you're lucky. So you got to bring every single subscriber to your page. Even though Webtoons says it has millions of users, somehow all those millions of users missed your black ass, right? So that's why we have a opportunity to gobble up the talent in the black community and get it on BSP as opposed to Webtoons. Lesson Comics. Lesson is a premium product. So Lesson, you have to pay in order to read the comic books on their platform. You have to pay. Nothing's free on Lesson. They have really high quality standards too, because they're curators, right? They curate which titles go on their platform. But because it's a subscription model, and the market content is not necessarily for U.S. audiences, their company is not doing as good as it could. They just can't, because they simply have, when you put a subscription on an app, you instantly throttle how many users you can reach. And lastly, our company, what we feel is we have a strong niche market, right? We're going exclusively for black and brown parents and their kids, right? We don't rely on comic book fans for profits. This is huge. This is a major factor. We are not selling to comic book fans. 90% of the people in this live stream right now are not comic book fans. Do you understand? 90% of the people watching this video right now are not comic book fans, but they are a fan of what The mission is they are a fan of what this content does to their kids. They are a fan of the anime that could potentially come and the fact that we beat Marvel and DC on the App Store. They might never read a comic book in their life, but they're going to throw hundreds of dollars at Black Sands because that is the kind of thing we're going for. And because people don't understand this clear concept, they don't get it. They say there's not enough Black comic book fans for you to make $1 billion. They don't understand that we're not selling to comic book fans. Black Panther didn't make $1 billion because Black comic book fans went to the fucking movies. It made $1 billion because some random Black dude who has no clue about Black comic books at all decided to buy a whole goddamn movie theater out to show every kid in the neighborhood that Black Panther existed. That's why it made $1 billion. It didn't make $1 billion so there was comic book fans all over the place. It's because they felt the goddamn message. That's the reason. And people need to understand that. They don't understand the market. They don't get it. They say there's not enough. There's not enough. They don't fucking understand the concept of the business model that we're going for. And I rest my case. I'm sorry. I get a little heated sometimes. My bad. So this is our projections. These are actually projections that we actually think are really going to be very valuable one day. So this is like 2023, where we're going to be at 2023, right? Assuming that 3% of our users are going to be subscribers and 5% spend money on the app at any given point in time, we're going to be looking at $1.2 million in revenue a month and $5 million in transactions yearly. So, you know, making about maybe by 2023, maybe we're making 20 million a year on the app for the public facing app, right? 5,000 episodes of content. That's actually very achievable because we're already at 400 right now. We're at 400 and we're a month in. Imagine what happens next year, right? So 5,000 is very attainable. 4 million users. I want 4 million users by the end of 2023. I think we could do it. I think we can get to 4 million users by the end of 2023. And from there, we're just going to keep scaling. You know? I'm telling you, man, this is a real thing. So thank you guys so much for being here and talking with us. Now it's time to answer your questions. All right. So Giselle, mark the beginning of the questions. Say on your mark, get set, go. So I can use you as the benchmark for where I need to start pulling questions from. Okay. So say, all right, get going. And then we're going to start pulling questions up and I'm going to start answering them. How you guys doing over here in TikTok? I got my TikTok. I'm streaming it over there too. So you know, they're watching it on this thing. I'm sweating my ass off, man. It's hot down here. It's hot. All right. Here's a good question. So I'm gonna start right here, right? There's gonna be a lot of questions, but I'm gonna start right here. What's the difference between investing and Patreon? Patreon is a subscription. Every month you subscribe for X amount of money, right? And it helps us build fan content. So sometimes there's a lot of stuff that has absolutely no economic value to me at all, as far as the company. Like it doesn't help our company to make certain things. The YouTube episodes, you know, they don't make me any money, right? But they make kids happy. They make kids very happy. The publishing deals that I do with amateurs who win those publishing competitions, that doesn't help me, right? Because I could have hired a professional to make a comic book and not even paid him a royalty. But it makes dreams possible, and that costs $3,000 per book per creator. I have 7 patrons right now who won publishing deals. That means that I'm responsible for $21,000 in expenses every 3 months. Just on comic books from amateurs. Do you understand? And mentoring all of them at the same time. Voice acting opportunities are given to my patrons. I have to pay them for that. These people have never done voice acting in their life, but they could win voice acting competitions. That is what Patreon is. It's like a community to for opportunities, right? It's like opportunities that we give out to the public, all fun stuff and everything else. And it's sometimes very expensive stuff that we're doing as events, right? So that's what the Patreon community is. They also get investment early access. So when we do this next investment round, the first 2 days of investment are exclusively for patrons and previous investors. Patrons and previous investors. Now the thing about it is, there's an early discount. So the first investors are going to get a 10% discount on stock. So if you're investing $10,000, right, and you get a 10% discount, you get $11,000 of stock. If you get $11,000 of stock, then that means that you gained $1,000 by being a patron member. You know what I mean? Because you got early access and you made it before that cutoff, which is $750,000. So that's something to think about if you're thinking about the patron. You also get comic books and everything else, right? But for the most part, those are the main big benefits of patron. Investing is owning stock, period. There's no weird like way of explaining that. It's just you own stock in the company. One day when we go public, you can sell your stock, or if we get acquired, they'll acquire your stock as well. So they'll pay you a fee to take your stock, you know? So that's how it works. Let's see what else. They're not coming out with a similar app. It's not even close to ours. All right. A lot of people came out with apps before. They've never made an app that's as ridiculous as ours. We have a full gotcha system. We have Webtoon optimized comics from all types of people. They will not come out with an app very similar to ours at all. Our app has a multi-million-dollar design. Just letting you know. How much is the price per share? Undecided yet. We don't know what it is. We got to figure that out. The contracts haven't been finalized yet. So just hold on to that one. We don't have a price per share, but there is a minimum investment amount, and that's $100. You got to invest $100 to join the investment round, period. And remember, you're investing at wefunder.com. So save at least $100 if you're planning on investing in this next round. It'll probably be in 3 to 4 weeks too. The investment round will open in about 3 to 4 weeks. What is scaling? So if you're not business savvy, you might not understand the term of scaling. Scaling is this. Let's say you sell 100 books, right? Now you have to figure out a way to sell 10,000 books, right? Which means you have to drastically improve your ability to sell. You have to improve your infrastructure. You got to improve the process so you can do it faster. Because if you sell 100 books, you can pack those 100 books. You can sign them all. You can ship them. But when you're selling 10,000 books in the same time period, you can't sign nothing. You can't pack nothing. You can't even look at those orders, because if you do, you'll never be able to actually do your actual job of making content. So this is called scaling. You have to build a completely different business in order to attain the next level of success, right? That's scaling. What advice would you give a young black comic book creator? Take my course. Take my course on YouTube. It's right here. Go to the 90-day book publishing challenge. Do the course. And take 2 days break between every single course. All right? Because it's supposed to be homework. You're supposed to do homework. All right? That's my advice. You knock that out, you make your first book, then we can go even further from there. What's your PT score? I don't remember, man. I really don't remember. All right. I used to be like 90% on push-ups, right? So I was really good with push-ups. 90% with push-ups. About 80% with for sit-ups, right? And I was trash at running. I always barely made my run, right? Because I was young as hell. And you know, young people, they have the most ridiculous standards for like their speed that they're supposed to do in their 2-mile run. So I used to barely make it every time. They were like 14 and a half minutes. I'm like, man, I'm big, dude. I'm a big dude. Oh, whatever, man. And because they made you do your sit-ups before you had to run, your legs were dead because you did all those sit-ups already. So your legs are freaking tight as hell because you were using your lower abdomen to do all that stuff. So yeah, that's wild, man. When will this investment round begin? Middle of June, most likely. Middle of June. We're already done with everything except for the legal paperwork. So once we get the legal paperwork out the way, we're done. You guys are going to be able to come in. Wholesale supplies I'm trying to buy. Hey, just email me and I'll set you up for wholesale. All right. These are custom orders. I can set up a wholesale rates for them, probably about 40% discount. 40% discount as long as you buy at least 10 copies or more of any particular book. Hey, we got some TikTok people here. What's up, man? Any word on the WeFunder paperwork? I don't understand the question. Try to shoot it back to me, okay? Because I don't understand that question. A lot of people keep saying how much a share. Undecided yet, but it really doesn't matter because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Price per share really never matters, ever. It never matters because every company has different amount of shares outstanding, right? They have a certain amount of shares out there in the world. So because everybody's different, the price never really reflects reality, right? The real reality is how much percentage of the company is being sold, right? And the percentage of the company being sold in the next investment round is 20%. So out of all the investors combined, 20% will be owned by those investors. Cool. Let's see. This is the same kind of question. $100. $100 is the minimum investment amount. I don't know how many shares that is, but it's $100 to get into the game. Let's see. Homeboy said, I'm sweating like Patrick Ewing in the fourth quarter. Hey, guess what? Guess what? I'm from New York, so I know all about that sweat. I know all about that Patrick Ewing. Oh my God, sweat. That dude sweat his ass off, but he never gave up. He never got taken out of the game. He always finished the game. He always finished strong as hell. Patrick Ewing. He was sweating his ass off, but he never got taken out of the game. On the educational side, good question. This is a business question. On the educational side, your target will be middle and high school. What about elementary kids? They're out of luck. They're out of luck. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're 100% out of luck because our content is just too mature for them, right? We're even pushing it with middle school. We're gonna have to actually remove some titles. We're gonna have to actually remove some titles that are more on the adult side in order to get into those middle schools. Right. So there might be two V2s. There might be a middle school version and a high school version. Or maybe they just connect that to the library card so you know what grade level they're in. So they'll automatically get certain content that they won't get. You know what I mean? But we're going to make sure that, that's how we're going to handle that. Middle school, high school. Elementary school is out of luck. Nothing I can do about that. Is there a maximum fundraise for the next round? How do we ensure everybody gets a little piece? Well, 100%, I guarantee you there ain't going to be nobody out there buying $1 million in shares. The biggest investments will probably be close to 20,000. Like 20,000, 25,000. That's the biggest investments we're going to see, and it's probably going to be like 5, 6 of those max. What you will see a lot is a whole bunch of 5,000s and 1,000s. There'll be a lot of those. Right. And the maximum investment is $3 million. We're only raising $3 million this round, just $3 million. So after $3 million, if you come in at 3.1 million, you're most likely going to get a refund because we can't close the campaign after we hit the max for at least 6 days. So there's going to be 6 days of frantic investing, knowing damn well they're not going to get into the investment round. They might not know it. They might not understand that, but the SEC knows it, and they're the ones that write the laws. I can't stop it. I can't say, hey, we made it. Don't invest anymore. I can't close the campaign. So you can invest, but you will be refunded eventually, maybe 2-3 months later. So make sure you get in as fast as possible early so you don't have that drama at the end of the campaign. Are you hiring creators? Yeah, all the time. All the time. We got so many titles on Black Sands Publishing right now, and we also have independent creators who are in publishing deals with us. We signed Mike Strong. Just last night, we signed the creator of Flame. You know King Lion? We signed him to a traditional publishing deal. We now own Flame, the series. If you read Flame on BSP Comics app, you better go and read Flame on the BSP Comics app. That is a Black Sands Entertainment entity now. He is a creator. Him and his wife are creators on our platform completely. That means we have their books. We're going to be printing their books. We're going to be selling their books, probably hundreds of thousands of copies. They're going to be a big brand because we believe in them and they've done amazing work since they started joining with us. So yeah, we definitely give opportunities. One thing is though, we respect the ability to get the milestones done. You get your milestones done at skill level. If you got a good skill level and you hit your milestones in stride, we love it, and we'll start investing more. Right? First, maybe a license, then maybe funds to get you going faster, then maybe a traditional publishing deal where the sky's the limit. You know, so it really depends on whether, you know, these people are doing their job or not. Will you work with other companies in related industries that are like you? Yes, absolutely, 100%. This is actually something that we're doing actively during the campaign when we're raising this money. We are actively going out there to institutional capital. That's the people in the world that are like you know, Webtoons to Pass, all those other people, getting meetings with them, right? And seeing if we can work with them early. Because if we can work with them early and not be a rival to them, but be like more like a mentor, like they're a mentor to us and they own a small percentage of our stock, but they're helping us scale, that'll be a huge thing for us as a collective to grow. Because we'll know that we're following a model from people who have 10 million, 12 million, 15 million creators. You know what I mean? Like, we know that we're following that footsteps, so we're going to make it, right? So we are definitely looking for institutional partners. We're not avoiding it, right? We just don't want people to buy us out right away because that's stupid, right? We want to make sure that we scale it up, we get big, and then we make our foothold nice and strong before we go and give up the reins. How can creators send you an animation or non-comic pitch? You can't. You can't. We don't do anything that's animation or non-comic. We just don't. We don't have the manpower, resources, and it's not a part of our business model to deal with those very high, strenuous models right now. We are focused exclusively on comic books. With that being said, if you have novels, light novels that you want to sell on the Black Sands Entertainment website, we do offer distribution. We offer different distribution for those. In fact, probably tomorrow or Monday, we're going to start selling Zazma, which is a Lost Children of Andromeda's first book. It's a hardcover novel. It's like freaking 500 pages or some crazy number like that. And we're going to start selling his novel on our store. And we're already selling Between Magic and Dreams. And it's been going very well. These books have been selling. So we're going to continue to do it and give it to more opportunities for other creators who can make money off of a 50% discount. They have to be able to make money on a 50% discount. Otherwise, there's no point selling in our store. Just like there'll be no point selling in Barnes & Noble because Barnes & Noble takes a 60% discount. What does investing in the third round get you as opposed to the first and second round? Okay, first and second round was investing in Black Sands Entertainment, the parent company. All right. This investment round is Black Sands Publishing, the app and the company that owns the app. All right. This is 100% only app. Now, the good thing about this, there's good things and bad things about it, right? Bad thing is, you know, Black Sands Entertainment owns everything, right? It owns everything. So the animation is going to benefit from the animation. It's going to benefit from the physical book sales. It's going to benefit from Black Sands Publishing doing well. It's going to benefit from everything. But there's no exit strategy. There's no exit strategy. We're going to keep Black Sands Entertainment forever. We will never buy out. They will never be able to buy out Black Sands Entertainment. So if you're looking for an exit by acquisition, it's never happening with Black Sands Entertainment. We might go public, right? Much later down the line. We might go public and you can sell your shares then, but we will never be acquired as Black Sands Entertainment. Well, Black Sands Publishing, especially the way the tech industry is working right now, it is very possible that in 2 to 3 years, we could be bought out for $300+ million. And if you invested at a $15 million valuation, which is what the valuation is in this round, right? and we get bought out for $300 million, right? That's close to a 20x. That's a 20x return on your investment. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I got no problem selling the app because the app is an app. It's an app. It's a platform. It doesn't take away my content. I still own Black Sands Entertainment. I still own Black Sands The Seven Kingdoms. The creators on the app still own their comic books, right? Everybody owns their own stuff. It's a platform. It's just a way to deliver those comics to people. So nobody loses on an individual level if we sell the entire platform. You know what I mean? Everybody actually wins because we all get a lot of freaking money. Everybody, investors, everybody. So that's the difference. That's the difference. This is a one product play, the next investment round. And I hope that was a good answer too. I hope that was a clear and good answer because, you know, sometimes things can be a little unclear or it's not good enough. Let me see. Damn, there's a lot of comments that came in since I've been yapping. Where the hell is the one that I just pulled up? All right, there's way too many comments here. I know I'm going to skip people because literally like 150 comments came in at the same time. All right, I'm going to start from here. I just started investing. Am I late? The investment round hasn't begun yet, so you're not late. You're actually right on time. The investment round starts in 3 weeks. Now, if you're a patron and you're at the investor tier, that's a whole different thing. It's a supporter tier. It's not an investment tier, but you will be able to invest early. So congratulations. I just answered this question, so that last answer is exactly what answers this one as well. Hey, if I skipped you, I'm sorry. Literally like 300 comments came in, and I lost my place. I have no clue where I'm at right now, so I'm just going in from where I can see. It's still on WeFunder, brother. So good win. It's still on WeFunder. We're gonna be rocking. We're gonna give them another chance. Last time they were very slow at closing us out, but I think they got all those hiccups because of the new laws out of the way. So hopefully we're gonna be moving very quickly this time. What was your MOS? I was a 94 Delta, basically a radar technician. And I joined the Army because my grandfather was retired from the Army. He retired. He lived a very comfortable life. He was doing much better than all his friends and family members. And I realized that it was a very good, strong career, a proud career that you could start right away. So I joined right out. I joined 2 years before I got out of high school. I signed up. So I joined the second I graduated. I was out. I was about to join the military. I probably would have did 20 years if my knees didn't give out on me. You know? When will the Black Sands app for Android be available? Monday. Monday at the latest. I didn't use Patreon. Can I still invest? Good question. And the answer is absolutely not. You're screwed. No, I'm just playing. You can invest, but you got to wait 2 full days. Okay, you got to wait 2 full days before you get the opportunity to invest as the public. All right. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Last investment round, we had $240,000 of stock sold in the first 24 hours. That was before we had a top trending app on the App Store. That was before we had a ridiculous amount of animation done for everything. That was before we had 30 plus different titles from all these different creators on our app. That was before we were projected to do $1.5 million in sales. That was before we had $22,000 a month from Patreon and a top 1% campaign with 1,800 people looking at me like, when's this round about to begin? So that was before all that. We had $240,000 in 24 hours. I don't know what the hell's going to happen this time around, but I guarantee you, them early bird specials are going to be gone before you get in, if you're not a patron, period. I already know that. So if we work through the 90-day course, can we work with you after that? No, you can't. I just don't have time. I don't have time. You got to win a competition to work with me directly. That's the only way. I really don't have time to work with anyone, except for people who are like actually published with us, who are on the BSP app. Those kind of people, I could work with them in a limited capacity. But I'm raising millions of dollars. I'm constantly negotiating, and I have to write my own comic books. I am tired. I am tired and somewhat miserable. It's a tiring thing. Look at my eyes, man. I'm tired and I have allergies. I am so tired right now. So, I just don't have the power or stamina to mentor anybody who didn't go above and beyond everyone else. Yeah, so this is a good question. How much is the company valuation right now? The app is valued at a $15 million valuation, and it owns 100% of our digital content for all of our brands. 100%. So it owns everything. Every single digital comic book of Black Sands ever will be owned by Black Sands Publishing, Cosmic Girls, Inca, Iniola, Andika, Inazuma, freaking Flame, and other titles that are also going to be under the Black Sands brand. So all these titles together, plus the app, plus everything else, is owned by that company, and it's a $15 million valuation because it is dominated. We're ranked 25 in the world. We're ranked 25 in the world right now in the App Store for book apps over Marvel and DC. They're not competing with us. Actually, we're over Comixology. We're over Comixology right now. As far as ratings are concerned, we're over Comixology. Dividends, will they be paid in Black Sands? Nope. Nope, no dividends. There will be no dividends. You either will sell your shares or get acquired. That is the exit. That is the exit for everyone on this. Now, not with the films. Films are more risky, so they have to be some kind of profit sharing, right? Because they're a very risky play. Films make or break. They either succeed or they fail miserably, one or the other. There's no middle ground. Apps, consistent. Companies, consistent. Freaking films, extremely risky. So you got to have a profit sharing. But everything else, no dividends. Okay, let's see. That's a bug. I'll deal with bugs at a later time. We are fixing all those bugs, so don't worry about it. We are definitely fixing all the bugs in the app. That's cool. Do you have to have a certain level of Patreon to get early access to investing? No, you don't. You don't. You just get special meetings. You get special meetings on when you're in the investor tier. When you're in the investor tier, we get like monthly meetings where we talk about what happened in the company over the last month and what we're going to be doing in the future month. So it's very numbers oriented, very, very close access to our company, corporation. So people in that tier tend to want to keep an eye on their investment. You know what I mean? Will Patreon subscribers get first access to the investment round? Absolutely. Yep. And if you don't know what the patron is I'm putting it in the comment section right now. If you've never joined our patron community, you might as well. It's like $5, right? There, I just put it in there. Patreon.com/BlackSands. All right. What percentage of shares will you be holding on to? Well, I don't own any shares. Black Sands Entertainment owns all of the common stock. All right. And no matter what, I'm always going to be a majority holder of all the stock in the company for voting rights. So Black Sands will always have veto power over everything. Black Sands Entertainment. But we're going to be doing a lot of investment rounds, and it's going to dilute a lot all the way down to the bottom eventually. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen no matter what. But for sure, Black Sands Entertainment is going to make sure that we're going to make this play happen. You know what I mean? Oh, and that was this question. Sorry, I didn't pull it up. What percentage of shares will you be holding on to? Yeah, that's that question right there. We're always going to hold on to the majority of shares, period. I actually just put that in the comment section. So I put the Patreon link, patreon.com/blacksands. You can join there. Let me see if I got a banner too. I probably do have a banner. Let's see. I'm getting a little fatigued, so I'm trying to get a breather real quick. Let's see. Let's see that. Favorite, subscribe today. Let me edit this a bit. Patreon.com/blacksands. There we go. Save. All right. There we go. Now we got a little scrolling thing at the bottom. Let's get back to those comments. Would you take content as with animals as main characters? Absolutely. So long as there's a black, brown, or indigenous creator who made it. All right. Black, brown, or indigenous creator who made that story, and I'll take a story about a freaking wolf with no words in it. I don't care. I love it. I love it. Please give me more of those. Give me more titles that have nothing to do with humans. I would love it. I love that stuff. It's spiritual. It's spiritual to me. Let's do that. This is a question that really there's no reason for that. That question, like there's no real way to answer that. You know what I mean? Like I won't know until I actually get the final terms of the investment round. But either way, it's a meaningless number, right? It's a number that means nothing because every company has a different amount of shares outstanding, period. So the number of shares doesn't matter. But what matters is how much percentage of ownership people have. You know what I mean? Do you think the school system will discriminate toward black artists? Maybe, but I got PGW. They're as white as can be, so they're going to help us. Right? Publishers Group West sells for Overdrive and all those other major digital apps and digital services for libraries and schools. So if they're representing Black Sands Entertainment and Black Sands Publishing, it won't matter. It won't matter. They can get through the door where we can't. So, but yeah, they have in the past for sure. But that was when I was little old me, when it was just Manuel Godoy knocking on the door. It's not that way anymore. Did I already say when the round begins? Yes, middle of June. Middle of June. Black Sands was my first investment on WeFunder. Hey, so this is what you do. Go to your portfolio in WeFunder. So go log into WeFunder, go to your account and look at your portfolio. It should show you what your investments are. You should have a contract in there from Black Sands signed. You should. All right. And if you don't, just email me. Do you publish books? All the time. All the time. We got a lot of freaking books in production too. Oh, you waiting for more flame? Yo, they make so much content so fast, man. That's why I signed them. That's why I signed them. They make so many pages a month. It's crazy. The wife is killing it. Queen Lion is freaking phenomenal, man. She does like 40 pages a month, dude. 40 pages in color, lettered and everything. I don't know how the hell she does it. You know? So they're gonna be updating fast all the time. They're like a Shonen Jump level of like production speed. It's like Shonen Jump. I'm dead ass serious. You know, it's like Shonen Jump. They're going. They are not waiting on nothing. Next chapter, next chapter, next chapter. You know, they're exceptional. Are you on pace to hitting your quarterly target? Well, currently, let me check that real quick. Let me check that. Let me see the numbers. I want to see the numbers. The last 2 months have really pissed me off because Facebook ads haven't been working the way they used to. Because of the new changes to 14.5 or iOS build, like they changed the way lookalike campaigns work and everything else. But let me check the numbers. So year to date. All right, so on our Shopify store, year to date, we're at 359,000. So 360,000 in sales year to date. And on Patreon, we're at 110,000. So that means that we're basically at $470,000 so far this year. And we have 2/3 of a quarter, 2/3 of a year to go, right? We have about 2/3 of a year to go, and we have a lot of amazing things coming out in the future. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up hitting $1.5 million this year or more, 1.5 million or more for sure. And once we fix those ads, we're going to be making a lot more money. Those ads really pissed me off the last 2 months because there's stupid iOS changes. We got to work around that situation, because I'm supposed to be making 100,000 a month in sales, and instead it kind of knocked me down to like 80,000 on average, and it kind of, pain in the ass. Do you plan on animating something? I don't know. I just saw him on TikTok. Yeah, King Lion is killing it on TikTok. He's gonna piss me off. He's gonna piss me off because he's gonna pass the hell out of me. He's gonna pass the hell out of me on TikTok. He might have 1 million followers in 3 months. I'm dead ass serious. I'm dead ass serious. His momentum is absurd. His momentum is absurd. Every day he gets like 8,000 followers. I don't know what's going on, but if he keeps that momentum going, he might have 1 million followers in 3 months. It happens. It happens on TikTok all the time. So, he's gonna blow past me, that's for sure. So congratulations. All right, let's see. I gotta get the questions refresh again. This is gonna be a huge refresh. All right, let's see. How do creators get their comic books on the BSP app? You can either DM me on Instagram. You can DM me on Instagram, or you can apply on blacksandspublishing.app. So if you go to blacksandspublishing.app, you can just straight up apply. That link is in Instagram and TikTok. You just click that link, go to the download the app, and just scroll down to the creators tab, and you can go and submit your stuff there. Thanks for your time. Will funds raised be shown in live? Yes, you will see it. You will see every single dollar the second it comes in. That's why y'all gonna be scared as hell, because I'm gonna be teasing y'all. I'm gonna be like, when y'all on Instagram and TikTok and I say, hey, our investment round just begun, let's see what happens. I'm gonna be live too. I'm gonna be like, let's see what happens on the investment round. Oh, what do you know? It went up by 60,000 in 5 minutes. That's pretty cool. Oh, damn, it hit 200,000. It hit 200,000 in 20 minutes. Oh, well. Let's keep it moving. Let's see what happens. And y'all gonna be nervous as shit. Y'all gonna be standing there like, oh damn, man, I should have became a patron. I should have became a patron. I'm telling you, man, y'all gonna be so nervous. And I do it on purpose. I do it on purpose. I'm an expert marketer. I'm gonna terrorize you guys with the numbers. When the numbers come in during this campaign, y'all gonna be shook. Y'all gonna be shook at how fast it's going. They're going to be like, how the hell are they doing that? They got 700 investors before the second day. You're going to be like, what happened? Can you still invest in Black Sands Entertainment, not the app? Not until 2022. We are not doing another investment round for Black Sands Entertainment until we're done with everything. We have too many amazing projects on the table that haven't been released yet. And it will be foolish to give up a large amount of equity in our main company, right? It will be foolish to give a large amount of equity in our main company if we're gonna be we're gonna freaking raise this what was the word for it? If we're gonna be doing these massive things that will increase our valuation. You know what I mean? Like, we want to get those things first so that we can ask for an absurd amount of money because it's true, right? Why raise on a $20 million valuation when you could wait 6 months and then raise on a $50 million valuation? You know what I mean? So that's the reality of it. It won't be till 2022 before next investment round with Black Sands Entertainment. And things will change. They'll be a lot more expensive than it used to be. Once a Patreon subscriber, can you always invest in the company? I do stuff like that. So technically, no, but typically what I do is I send at least one email out to people who used to be patrons, right? I'll send one email out to even the people who used to be patrons who aren't active patrons at that time, just because it's fair. It's fair, right? You were a patron at one point in time, so it's fair to give you the opportunity to invest early, right? So yeah, we do that. Read Jayoma, read Mbuze, read Newborn. There's a lot of titles in the BSP Comics app right now, all across Africa. So read them. They're there. I'm not gonna make them. I don't got time. They made them, and they're really good. No, there's absolutely no legal jeopardy that I could have for that. None. There's no legal jeopardy. No, I've checked. We are 100% sound on that, right? Our policy is there needs to be a Black, brown, or indigenous creator on the team. Period. At the high level, so the management team, people that created the product, right? Doesn't mean everybody has to be Black or brown, right? Because especially since a lot of artists are, Southeast Asian or Brazilian. You know what I mean? So that's not important. What is important is that the creative team is given that opportunity. We are not a kumbaya, everybody wins company. That's not what we do. What we're trying to do is build a platform for the people who are always screwed over by other platforms, right? That's the mission. And if people don't like it, oh well, right? That's my mission. I'm not going to change my mission because people are snowflakes. Will previous investors get early access before everyone else? Yep, you're going in with the patrons. Previous investors are going in at the same time with the patrons right away. Just make sure you get my emails, man. Don't let my emails go to your spam folder. Look up my email address. I've given it to you plenty of times on WeFunder. Make sure that my emails go into your inbox and not the promotions tab or the spam tab. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. Are you a fan of any X-Men characters? Yes, I am. Have they influenced anything you made? Absolutely not. Anime is my big influence, not comics. I don't like comics. I'll be honest with you. I like anime and manga. Can I invest in BSE and BSP? You can invest in BSE when it comes to the next investment round in 2022. And you can invest in BSP, which comes out next month, right? So, but they're all very different timetables and very different prices. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, if you have money to invest now, right? Don't wait 2 years down the line to invest in Black Sands Entertainment because the price might be astronomical by then. You know what I mean? And the returns are going to be very, very far away. I bet not have lost my spot again. Nope. Okay. All right. Just so I let you guys know, I have about 5 more minutes in me. I really do. I got 5 more minutes in me, okay? I got no more energy, so I got 5 more minutes in me max. But this has been an amazing live. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen so many people on at the same time, and damn sure not this many comments. This is huge. So if we do this on the first day of investment, I can't even imagine how fast the round is gonna go at the beginning. You know, so whew, This is real. But let's go see. What were the questions here? I got them right here. It's separate. So it's a good question. If you're a top tier patron, do you get physical books? No, but you get a 20% discount permanently on our store. So forever, until you no longer a patron, you get a permanent discount code, which we've given on Patreon multiple times. You can always ask for it too. You can just ask for the code if you don't have it. You can always just ask me in a DM on Patreon. And it's a permanent 20% off forever. That's a lot because we have a lot of books. People could easily spend $150 on our store, right? And a 20% discount is like $30 off of that. So, hey, you keep asking for the link, but guess what? You're on the YouTube channel. I'm gonna be honest. This kind of stuff don't make no sense to me. This is why I don't mentor people. I'm gonna be honest with you. We keep asking for the link to the 90-day publishing course. This is the YouTube channel. After this course, go to the playlist and pick the 90-day course. What the heck? This is the YouTube channel. What link do you want? Like, I see the question, but the answer is obvious. It's a YouTube course. You know, it's like, come on now. This is why I don't mentor, because this is the kind of stuff that it's you want too much hand holding out here. I have an entire course with like 20 plus hours of freaking lessons on it, right? And I say it's right here on this platform, and then people keep spamming. Can I get a link to the course? Is this investment round for 20% of Black Sands Publishing, not Black Sands Entertainment, Black Sands Publishing, and everything it owns? Well, it doesn't own anything besides digital rights, and you're not getting ownership of digital rights. You're getting ownership of the actual app and the company. You know what I mean? But everything is directly to the company, so you can't dictate what Flame does or what Black Sands does. You know, you just own whatever share of that company is yours. You know what I mean? So it gets very complicated if you try to explain it that way. It's best not to explain it that way. It's best to just go and do it that way. You know what I mean? So that's the best way of handling that. Have you heard of a Black-owned comic called Black? Yep, I know the people. I know the people who created it. I know most of the people who are in this independent space. They're not necessarily independent. They do have a publisher. But you know, all these people go to the same circles. We always go to the same conventions together for years, right? We definitely know each other. We've talked before plenty of times, especially about BSP. Never happened, right? Because everybody's their own captain of their ship. So but you know, we've had that conversation. Hey, I want to work with RZA too, man. I love Wu-Tang Clan, man. I'm a New Yorker. That's my goal in life, right? To work with the RZA. Let's go, baby. Afro Samurai 2. Yo, this is actually very true. King Lion is butt whipping them Batman people right now. Yo, I've never seen a more brutal comic book dude. People love him for it. Like, he's brutal on these fans. He always starts his videos too. All right, I'm gonna answer this question, but you ain't gonna like the answer. He's killing that mess, man. Sometimes you gotta be honest, you know. Good question. For those who are investor tier on Patreon, do any of the subscription fees go toward the total investment? No, they don't. They're just investment. They're just subscriptions. That's it. It doesn't go toward that. It goes toward, you know, your participation in the community, and it goes toward the competitions. So, you know, the funding for the competitions, the funding for the YouTube series, the funding for any new lessons that we're going to be teaching. You know, that's where that funding is going toward. What is King Lion's TikTok? Just look up King Lion on TikTok. Like just type in King Lion with no spaces, and you should see his page come up. You should see his page come up. I don't know the exact spelling, but he'll come up because he's trending right now. So he'll definitely come up. I don't even know. By the end of this conversation, he might have 90,000 followers. The guy's growing like astronomically right now. Hey, nice comment right here. Mario, thank you. Like excited. I got in on round 2. Thank you, investor. Yep. So he got in on round 2. Great opportunity. Don't waste your money on cryptocurrencies. Yeah, that crypto gambling is crazy. There's a lot of crypto gamblers out there putting their entire life savings in a coin. So, whew, that's scary stuff, man. I would like to start a podcast. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know how. I definitely would need a main host, and I would just be a co-host, right? Like I would come in every now and then, but I couldn't possibly be the guy who's there every single day. You know what I mean? So I would definitely need somebody who's an active, real podcaster and I'm just a co-host. You know, I come in every now and then for specials and stuff like that. And Booze is dope. And Booze is the business. Yep. And Booze is dope. There it is. Somebody just put their page. King and Queen Lion. That is their TikTok. King and Queen Lion. And when you go there, you're gonna die laughing because they are brutal. Are there autographed copies available for Black Sand series? No, because I don't have time to actually touch the books. I sell like 6,000 books a month. So it's very hard for me to sign anything. With that being said, if you ever catch me at a show, so if you catch me at like New York Comic Con, I'm going to be at New York Comic Con this year, or C2E2, right, in Chicago. That's where you can get your signed copies. Even if you don't buy them at the spot and you bought them like months ago, bring them to the show and I'm going to sign them for you, okay? Take pictures and everything. Right? Hopefully we never have COVID again, right? And we can all take group pictures as a family, right? Oh, the video game. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's a very long-term thing down the line. It's definitely not in our absolute immediate plans, but we are going to do it eventually. We are going to do it eventually, but it's not in our absolute immediate plans. It's definitely not something that's happening right now. All right. So just want to be honest with you 100%. It's something on the back burner. You know what I mean? But we will make a video game one day. Are you hiring for the company? Yes. And we talked about this earlier. After this investment round, we're going to be hiring a lot of people. Main thing, editor-in-chief, public relations, and influencer manager. We're also going to be hiring scouts, interns, and all these other things as well. These are all paid internships, stuff like that. Okay. Well, previous investors for 2020 will 1099s. That has nothing to do with me. I have no clue how that works for you guys, but this is equity crowdfunding, so there's a lot less paperwork than what traditional investing would be. All right, so it's all automated and protected, you know, because you're going to be dealing with thousands of investors. So I don't know anything about 1099s. Usually 1099s are for employees, not investors. So I'm not too sure. Would a comic creator need significant following or support before reaching to you? Well, let me tell you the story. This is the last thing. This is the last question I'm going to answer tonight. All right. This is a good question. That's why I want to tell you a story. Right. Everybody should end a live stream with a beautiful story. So here's the story of King and Queen Lion. Right. And how they got traditionally published by Black Sands Entertainment. So this is how it went. They had a story called Flame. They maybe had 20 pages done, 20 full pages done of this comic. They had 120 pages drawn as far as like the storyboarding and everything else. The story was all over the place. The content had a little bit of adult language and certain adult features that I thought were unnecessary. And I said, I have a proposition for you. It's kind of all over the place, but I really believe in the product. It looks beautiful. I think you can make this happen, but I need to give you some terms. I'm going to give you money so you can work on it exclusively. But you need to hit these milestones if you're going to be with BSP. This is what I need you to do. I need you by the end of March, I need you to have 120 pages done. All that stuff that you already made, I need all of that done. Full color by the end of March. We were talking in the end of December. So you had 3 months to pull off 120 pages, right? I said, additionally, you have to cut out all that adult language. There's no point. I think this is a great product for teenagers. I don't want anything knocking them out this market. Cut the language. He did that. I said, maybe that's a little too graphic, those wolves eating that dude. How about we just insinuate that he got ate, as opposed to literally having gore and bones ripping out of somebody? And he was like, okay, I guess we could do some edits like that. So he started doing a little bit of edits to make it more family friendly. Not too family friendly, but just enough to go to market. Then they started knocking out pages like freaking crazy people, okay? I paid them money to have an exclusive deal with us. They did their job. They made those comics, and he kept checking in. He kept checking in every time he gave me 60 more pages. He was like, hey, here's 60 more pages. Let me know how they are. I'm going to keep going forward. And if you need any changes at all, please let me know. Boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. He was very, very nervous about not disappointing me, all right? Now, I thought he was going too hard. I was like, yo, it's great. You're actually way ahead of schedule. You're good. Don't worry about it. But he was still because before this, no one believed in him. Before this, nobody believed in their ability to make comic books in the first place. They were doing it, but they didn't really have the heart behind it, right? It was kind of like that nice thing to do, but now you got a goddamn mission. The king said, right? The king came to you and said, I need someone to win this war for me. And you're going to have to take this, this, and this. If you do that, you will be the leader of my army. But you got to pull these tasks off now. You better figure out, I see a lot of potential in you. You better figure out how to win right now. No more games. No more ideas. Execute the damn story, right? Knocking it out nonstop knocking it out to the point where he was way ahead of schedule going into page 200, right? App hits. People start reading his story. What happens? They love it. This is the first time people are reading his comic. He didn't have no following. He had absolutely zero following on Instagram. I started talking about his title on TikTok. I said, hey, look at this amazing art. It's one of our titles on what's it called? I really like this creator. I love his wife and his as her art skills. I would love if we can get them on this platform on TikTok. So you guys, if you would engage on this post, we might be able to convince them to start a TikTok page, right? So what happens? They gave me about 20,000 likes on that video and like freaking 6,000 comments, right? And they saw that and said, hey, since you guys want me here we are. We're here on this platform. Thanks, Black Sands, for giving us this opportunity, blah, 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 blah. Start their TikTok career right there. 4 weeks later, they have 90,000 followers. They've beaten the dog piss out of me, okay? They're beating the dog piss out of me on growth. They're growing way faster than I was when I was on the platform for the first time. I'm at 206,000 followers right now, and they'll probably pass me in 3 weeks. Dead ass serious. But this dude is looking at me like, because I told him the strategies that I took to grow. I told him the strategies of how he needs to make his post, and he took them and then got better at it than I did. You know what I'm saying? And Instagram, he never had any following. Why? Because Instagram sucks balls. But TikTok actually appreciates good creators. And once he got into that thing, it became a nightmare for anybody out there who's talking trash. Online, he was eviscerating them. And now he got a traditional publishing deal with us where we pay him in advance for every single book that they develop. We pay for all the publishing. We sell the product. We do everything for them. All this while having absolutely no following, absolutely no support, never ran a Kickstarter, didn't even have a completed book. But it was so much potential. And all they had to do was hit their damn milestones. That was it. That was all they needed to get me to go to where I did today. You know, it just took effort. They had to hit their milestones and show that they were reliable. So that's my story to you and every other creator out there, is that we're not some freaking kingdom in the sky where nobody can reach there. We do respect skill, but more importantly, we respect drive. You have to be as diehard, screw Marvel, screw DC. We're going to make $1 million ourselves, just like I am. You have that kind of energy? You have that kind of commitment, and you hit your milestones on time? And you'll constantly scale in our company to the point where you're a traditional publishing person with a big ass platform as well. So that's the story of King and Queen Lion. Definitely follow them on TikTok because they're dope as hell, right? And that's the story of Black Sands for other creators. Other creators can grow. Other creators can get massive opportunities with us and get their entire productions funded beforehand by us. All they got to do is do their damn job and be motivated. All right. So that's it. That's all I got to say to you guys. Thank you guys so much. Remember, join Patreon if you haven't. Just to join. Why not? $5 a month. Just join the community. Why not, right? Patreon.com/Black Sands. It's been a great night. I love you all. I might have been a little too harsh on the YouTube stuff, on the YouTube course. So, I just got a little frustrated because I kept seeing the question over and over again. And I was like, it's on this page, but don't take that too harshly. Is that sometimes I can be a little bit of a bully. It's all right. That's how I am. I run a tight ship. All right. I'm like a quartermaster. Sometimes I got to execute a sailor in order to get the rest in line. So don't take it too seriously. Just take the course. It's going to improve your ability to make books in the first place, or make you get your first book out. And hopefully we'll do this again when we launch this next campaign. Big YouTube video. And love you all. Remember, patreon.com/Black Sands. Join the community. We have a dope community. We have our own Discord. See you later.